From News Channel 15, you're watching News Channel 15 Tonight with Kyle Peach. This is News Channel 15 Tonight.
Hi, thanks for joining us on this Friday. Glad to have you along. I'm Kyle Peach. Here's a look at what's going on. Another day, another water rescue in Wayne County as emergency crews were called to a backwater rescue overnight once again in the Wynoo's Bottoms north of Mount Erie. Sisney Fire Department dispatched just after 11:30 p.m. according to WFIW reports sent to County Highway 3 near 2400 North to the report of a stranded motorist. The Fairfield Rural Fire Department responded with mutual aid, bringing a boat at the request of the Sisney Department. Officials say the male driver of a black Ford Taurus became stranded in the backwaters along Wynoo's Road. A deputy with the Richland County Sheriff's Office also assisted from the north side in helping to rescue the driver. No injuries were reported. You'll recall that crews had just responded to that same area a day earlier on Wednesday for another stranded motorist. The Wynoo's Bottoms, known for frequent flooding issues due to rising waters from the Little Wabash River after a heavy rainfall. Two area nursing facilities have been fined after investigations by the Illinois Department of Public Health. WFIW says that Haven on the River in Grayville was fined nearly $30,000 for multiple violations, including a $25,000 fine for improper post-fall assessment and treatment of a female resident who had suffered serious injuries. According to the report, staff allegedly failed to properly assess the injuries, delaying necessary medical treatment. The facility was also fined $2,200 after a resident fell from a lifting sling and struck her head, resulting in a laceration. In a separate incident, another $2,200 fine was issued after a resident did not receive prescribed pain medication, including a fentanyl patch, for an extended period described as weeks. Meanwhile, Silver Fox's Senior Living and Rehab in McLeansboro was fined $25,000 for failing to provide adequate treatment to 3 residents suffering from urinary tract infections. In one case, a resident developed sepsis and had to be airlifted to an area hospital. That individual was reportedly later treated and discharged into hospice care. The violations and penalties were detailed in the Department of Public Health's first quarter 2026 enforcement report. Online records suggest several recent arrests in Wabash County. 27-year-old Gage E. Hoffman of Belmont was arrested by the Wabash County Sheriff's Office. Court records show he faces 7 counts of child pornography. Hoffman was denied pretrial release in a recent hearing. A preliminary hearing in the case is set for May 18th. Yesterday, Mount Carmel police arrested 50-year-old Jamin E. Oldendorf on charges of domestic battery and 2 counts of resisting or obstructing a peace officer. In a separate matter, 45-year-old Jonathan E. Accord of Crossville was arrested by the Sheriff's Office Tuesday on charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, delivery or possession with intent to deliver meth, and obstruction of justice. Also arrested, 31-year-old Sally J. Spivey of Albion on charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, delivery or possession with intent to deliver meth. As both were denied pretrial release, preliminary hearings are set for them May 19th. Meanwhile, 39-year-old Nicholas M. Ireland of Mount Carmel was arrested Sunday by the Wabash County Sheriff's Office on charges of harassment through electronic communications. Court records show he now faces 2 counts of stalking, 2 counts of cyber stalking, and 4 counts of electronic harassment. Ireland was denied pretrial release. A preliminary hearing is set for May 14th. Mount Carmel police arrested 61-year-old Terry L. McGee last Friday on a charge of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. Being an offender 17 years of age or older and holding a position of trust or authority or supervision over a victim who was between the ages of 13 and 17. Online records show he now faces 7 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse, of 2 counts of criminal sexual assault of a family member, and he was denied pretrial release. Preliminary hearing in that case set for May 19th. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office investigated a suspected fraudulent purchase and identity theft at Le Mans Motorsports on Wednesday. WFIW says this man, 33-year-old Anthony A. Williams of East Chicago, Indiana, was ultimately arrested. Authorities say he attempted to buy a motorcycle using fraudulent information. Deputies were able to track down the person who lives in Indiana, whose identity was being used on the credit application. They confirmed that person had their identity stolen. The ID was seized from Williams, who refused to identify himself, so the department used its live scan system to make positive identification. Williams is charged with fraud, fraudulent driver's license or permit, identity theft, and unlawful possession of a fraudulent identification card. He was taken to the Wayne County Jail. 29-year-old Isaac Cooper was arrested by Carmi police on a White County failure to appear warrant. WRUL reports that warrant was stemming from a case of causing a child to be endangered. On Thursday, Cooper was released from custody. Arraignment in his case set for May 27th. Olney police also report recent arrests. Back on the 21st, 41-year-old Jason S. Anspach of Flora was arrested for driving suspended. On the 22nd, 29-year-old Jacob L. Tracy of Olney was arrested for possession of a controlled substance and possession of meth after a probation search on West Butler Street. Also arrested was 34-year-old Jenny L. Tolliver of Olney for possession of meth. Meanwhile, Jacob Tracy was arrested the following day, on the 23rd, on a charge of domestic battery. On the 24th, 33-year-old Matthew L. Roof of Bloomington was arrested by Olney police for driving while revoked and on a McLean County warrant for failure to appear. On Saturday, 35-year-old Cody R. Buchanan of Jeff was arrested for driving suspended. Also Saturday, 38-year-old Kent D. Wilson of Olney was arrested for driving revoked and operating an uninsured vehicle. And on Sunday, Olney police arrested 56-year-old Deborah R. Livingston of Vincennes for possession of a controlled substance. In news out of White County Court, WRUL says 51-year-old Christy Southard of El Dorado pled guilty to a charge of disorderly conduct stemming from an incident back in January. She was sentenced to 2 years court supervision, fined, and ordered to have no contact with the victim in the case. 38-year-old George Weinberger pleaded guilty to possession of over 30 but less than 100 grams of cannabis. Several other charges were dismissed as he was sentenced to 2 years of court supervision and fined. And 37-year-old Oscar Bartlett was sentenced to 4 years in state prison on charges of possession of meth. Several other charges were dropped. He'll serve 1 year of mandatory supervised release after his prison sentence. Second Circuit Chief Judge Melissa Morgan is honored to announce that Olney attorney and former Richland County State's Attorney Chelsea Clark has been sworn in as resident circuit judge of Richland County. The position became vacant upon the retirement of the Judge Ray Vaughn. Illinois Supreme Court Justice David Overstreet appointed Clark to the judgeship pending the general election after the March primary, in which she won the nomination and is running unopposed in November. The swearing-in ceremony took place earlier this week at the Richland County Courthouse in Olney. Meanwhile, Fourth Circuit Court Judge Wes Goja of Salem says a discovery recount failed to find enough evidence to seek a full recount in the judicial race that he lost by just 16 votes. As a result, Goja is congratulating Fayette County State's Attorney Brenda Mathis on winning the April election to the at-large judgeship in the 9-county Fourth Court. The final vote in the 5-way race showed Mathis with 8,132 votes, Goja with 8,116, Effingham County State's Attorney Aaron Jones with 6,975, and Clay County State's Attorney Phil Givens with 4,779 votes. Goja, who was appointed to fill the post last year in an unexpired term, will remain on the bench until December, when Mathis will be sworn in to begin her term. The Goja campaign had announced that they were filing a discovery recount back in April for select precincts in Christian, Fayette, Montgomery, and Shelby counties. That process was completed on Monday. The Richland County School Board met in special session yesterday, and after the board heard concerns from the tennis community in Olney concerning its opposition to the positioning of the tennis courts as part of the new complex at the district's athletic facility complex, The board also approved a resolution to appoint board members Dennis Anderson as Secretary Pro Tem to perform duties as board secretary in regards to the issuance of new district bonds. The abandoned former Lawrenceville High School property is now owned by the city of Lawrenceville. WAKO reports that Mayor David Courtney says that after a lengthy legal dispute, the city has taken possession of the land where the school stood from its former owners. The legal agreement from the courts approved last month calls for the city to pay $50,000 to purchase the property. They also take on the responsibility of maintenance and the deteriorating building as well as the parking lots. Courtney added they're already working now to secure the property to prevent trespassing and have begun cleanup of trees, weeds, and other debris. As the cleanup continues, the city soon will contract with an engineering firm to design a new wastewater treatment plant on the site to help the city move forward into compliance with the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency standards. No timetable has been set for all of that work. At Monday's Mount Carmel City Council meeting, Mayor Joe Judge provided an update on the city's upcoming America 250 celebration. WSJD says the judge reported that planning for the event is coming together well with a full week of activities. The mayor noted the celebration will feature 7 days of events offering something for all ages in the community. He said a complete schedule is expected to be released next week. Judge also recognized a group of local high school students for their contribution, thanking Brianna Witzman's class for designing the official America 250 Mount Carmel logo, which will also be unveiled next week. City officials say more details about the celebration will be shared as planning continues. At Monday's meeting of the Wabash General Hospital Board of Directors, President and CEO Carissa Turner gave a first quarter update on the hospital's strategic plan. WSJD reports that Turner highlighted several areas of progress, including community outreach efforts, saying the hospital hosted 2 free foot care clinics in April, serving 107 patients in Mount Carmel and 79 in Olney. In terms of quality and patient experience, Turner reported the hospital is performing in the 85th percentile for its provider would recommend score. She also noted improvements in services, including the addition of a new CT scanner and expanded availability of MRI services. On the workforce side, Turner announced Wabash General has been named one of the best places to work in Illinois again for 2026. Final rankings will be released May 7th. Financially, the hospital continues to show growth, cash and investments increasing by $2.6 million since the end of 2025. Days cash on hand has risen to 174, moving closer to the hospital's goal of 205. Turner says the report reflects the first quarter of the hospital's new strategic plan cycle. Meanwhile, the hospital board has also approved an updated ambulance service agreement with Wabash County. Turner says the agreement replaces the original contract dating back to 1993. She said the review was prompted by the hospital's expansion plans. The new agreement is structured as a 1-year term that automatically renews, with provisions allowing termination either by mutual agreement or by the hospital. Turner says the importance of the long-standing partnership is noted in the hospital's paramedics and EMTs working closely with emergency room staff, assisting with patient transfers and providing additional support such as IV starts. She said that the services offers paramedic level care to county residents. Hospital officials also noted the ambulance service operates at an annual loss of around $400,000, with the county contributing just over $100,000 through tax revenue. After discussion, the board approved the agreement, allowing Turner to formally sign the contract with the county. At the most recent IECC Board of Trustees meeting, the board approved honoring Jerry Cox's support of IECC, naming the new Frontier Community College athletic facility the Jerry Cox Athletic Center and its floor the Jerry Cox Court, recognizing his donations and ongoing commitment to student success. The board also approved fee updates for this fall coming semester, including the elimination of a testing fee, which will save students about $177, and redistribute a $40 lab fee in the medical assistant program evenly across 2 courses without changing total program cost. A new 3-year agreement with Assessment Technologies Institute to continue providing nursing students with testing, remediation, and NCLEX preparation through a cost recovery fee assessed to first-year RN students was approved. The board updated its tuition waiver policy to eliminate waivers for specified counties and Indiana students in designated counties. The board accepted the 2025 403B plan report, summarizing plan participation, investment options, and total assets of some $6.9 million. The board approved a transfer of donated uninhabitable property at 402 East Locust in Robinson to the city of Robinson. The board also authorized administration to proceed with the full disposition and potential sale of the Valley Garden Apartments property after the end of a temporary arrangement with a local property owner. More to come tonight. A look at your weather forecast for the weekend ahead is next. Then back to talk sports. Stay with us.
Spring is a great time for Jeeps. Lease a Jeep Grand Cherokee L for only $539 a month, or a 2026 Jeep Wrangler. Lease for only $330 a month. Fresh pricing is waiting for you at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. New season, new ride. Steve Faulkner Automotive has F-150s with 3.9% financing for 84 months. Or lease a new Maverick for as low as $388 a month. Go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
When it comes to running a business, every decision counts, just like every play on the field. At the First National Bank, we help you step up to the plate with confidence. If you need a line of credit for operating expenses, equipment financing, commercial real estate loans, or even oil production loans, we're here to back your next big move. Stop by and talk with our team today, because at the First National Bank, your business is a home run for our community.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back. Time to talk weather here tonight. Clear skies out there this evening, but we could see some showers build into the area as we move into the overnight hours. And unfortunately, it looks like those showers might continue into your Saturday as well. Let's check numbers today, though. 61 degrees, some 12 degrees below normal. It looked like at one point we were going to go straight to summer, but now it looks like more spring-like weather here for the latter part of the spring months. Colder than normal on the high side. 52 was our low this morning. That's comparable to normal. Here come those scattered showers overnight, maybe even a few more less than scattered showers across the area. And it looks like that they could hang around, at least some of them, through the day tomorrow. Tomorrow evening will dry things out. Overnight Sunday, skies will clear out. Unfortunately, that will let the temperatures cool. Another disturbance approaches on Sunday, but predominantly looks to stay to our north before a more active weather pattern begins for early next week. So some scattered showers out there overnight tonight. The overnight low temperatures will be chilly into the lower 40s tonight. Then on your Saturday, those showers, chances of them at least, might hang around throughout much of the day. Highs will struggle to get to the mid to upper 50s north of Highway 50, near 60 south of there across the region. And then a really chilly night as we wake up on Sunday morning. Lows will be in the upper 30s to low 40s under clear skies. Sunday looks much better, at least weather-wise. Plenty of sunshine, upper 60s, maybe even 70 down around Carmi and McLeansboro for Sunday. As we again deal with those shower chances tonight, 42 will be the low, and then the rain chances for Saturday continue. The more active weather pattern gets going next week. Scattered shower and storm chances on Monday. Better chance for rain, it looks like, on Tuesday. More scattered rain on Wednesday before we dry out toward the end of next week. And despite one day in the upper 70s, we'll be below normal for most of next week. That's your weather forecast. Stay with us. We'll talk sports coming up next.
Are you living with chronic conditions or finding it hard to manage your health at home? If you're 18 or older, have a primary care provider through Wabash General Hospital, and live in Wabash, Edwards, White, or Lawrence County, our community paramedics can help. Get support in the comfort of your home, including follow-up care, home safety and medication education, vital sign checks, disease management support, and resource connections. Our certified paramedics will work with your doctor to provide non-emergent care to keep you healthy at home. Ask your WGH primary care provider for a referral to community paramedicine.
811, if you're not familiar with that, it's a Julie program in the state of Illinois. It's actually nationwide, but that's a free service. The utilities take care of that. Customer wanting to dig or plant flowers or fence posts or something like that, call that service. Give us 2 business days. That's the law, 2 business days notice. We'll come out and we'll locate all the underground utilities in your area and make sure that you know where you're able to dig and you can dig safely, and we're protected and you're protected that way.
Hi, I'm Tony. I graduated Wabash Valley College at Mount Carmel, and it was the best decision ever. It gave me the opportunity to go on the air almost immediately. Within about a week of starting the broadcasting program at Wabash Valley College, I was a DJ on 89.1 WVJC, and that on-air experience was invaluable to my future career and hiring potential.
Welcome back. We wrap things up tonight with a look at sports. We begin with high school baseball action from yesterday. In Little Illini Conference play, Olney beats Mount Carmel by the final of 7-0. Robinson gets a win over Newton in 8 innings, 4-3. Paris beats Lawrenceville 13-0. In the Black Diamond, Edwards County beat El Dorado 14-6. Fairfield beat Carmi 6-2. And Flora beat Hamilton County 9-4. In the Cahokia Conference, Salem beat Roxana 7-6. In the Greater Egyptian, it was Hardin County over NCOE 8-4. In the Midland Trail, Odin Patoka Sandoval beat Red Hill 9-3. And Wayne City beat Sisney 21-1. In the National Trail, North Clay City beat Altamont 5-0. High school softball action yesterday in the Little Illini. It was Mount Carmel over Olney 10-2. Paris beat Lawrenceville 2-1. Robinson beat Newton 3-1. In the Black Diamond, Edwards County beat El Dorado 12-0. Fairfield beat Carmi 9-2, and Flora beat Hamilton County 4-2. In the Cahokia, Salem edged Roxana 7-6. In the Greater Egyptian, NCOE beat Hardin County 8-7. And in the Midland Trail, Red Hill beat Odin Patoka Sandoval 15-5. In girls track action yesterday at the Fairfield Lady Mule Invite, Newton takes first place with 143. Fairfield second at 115. Flora finished third at 66. Carmi was fourth at 41. Hamilton County finished fifth at 34. Christopher was sixth at 33. Mount Carmel finished seventh at 29. Also from our area, NCOE finished ninth with 18. Red Hill finished 13th with 7, as 14 total teams took part. In boys tennis action yesterday, Paris beats Mount Carmel by the final of 8-1. To college baseball yesterday, Wabash Valley beats Rend Lake by the final of 12-4. Frontier beats Vincennes 10-2. And Olney Central sweeps a doubleheader from Shawnee, winning 12-7 and 6-3. Finally, college softball scores. Frontier swept by Lakeland yesterday. The Bobcats fall 9-1 and 7-0. And the Mount Carmel boys and girls basketball teams will host their annual Future Aces basketball camp, and sign-up is now underway. The camp runs May 28th through 30th. Boys and girls in 1st through 4th grade will play each day from 9 to 10:30 a.m. 5th through 8th grade boys will meet from 11 to 12:45 each day, and 5th through 8th grade girls will play from 1:15 to 3 each day. All of those events at Mount Carmel High School. Registration is underway and continues through the first day of camp. However, you must sign up by May 15th to guarantee a camp t-shirt. That QR code you see there on the flyer on your screen, you can scan that now or contact coaches Kyle Buss or Matt McCarty for more information to sign up. The cost is $50 per camper, $90 for 2 campers in the same home, or $120 max per family. That is going to do it for us tonight. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday. Kyle Peach from all of us at News Channel 15. Have a great night.
As a faculty member, Wabash Valley College was the best decision ever. I've always been excited to return back to Wabash Valley as an employee to inspire students the way I was inspired when I went to school here. And what I love is the sense of community that I have with my coworkers and being able to provide that to our students.